morning. It's Friday, June 10th, and I've had a pretty busy last 2 weeks or so. So I got home from Penticton to be ready for the studio tour. And unfortunately, between the weather and whatever else, it wasn't very well attended, and the purchases weren't there as well. So that was pretty frustrating, and it was very easy to say, well, that was a complete waste of time. But in terms of sales, it was a complete waste of time. But it got me ready for other things. So I was busy getting all of my accounts set up for Visa, MasterCard, all that stuff. I got my lookbook ready. So, it's very easy to get down on things like that. First-time viewers don't necessarily convert into sales. So I'm just trying to keep it positive that it spurred me to get all of these other systems, administrative systems in place. I actually did make a few contacts with regards to private lessons. So another stream of income, and I actually booked some private lessons for October. So, anyway, there's always sort of silver linings. But this followed sort of my disappointment from my WagJag. It was activated at least, and I did get 5 WagJag sales. Unfortunately, it was 4 people that I already know. Not unfortunately, it's just that trying to break into the Barrie market, and it turns out that it was still people from London and family, people who've purchased before buying the WagJags. There's one WagJag that sold that I'm not sure who it was, so I'm hoping it might be somebody in the community. So that was my two bad things, and of course they say bad things come in 3. So I took my car in because it seemed that my parking brake wasn't working. When in fact it turns out that all of my brakes were shot. So I just had a $1,600 bill for my brakes. And yes, I have some sales that have happened recently, but it's just like, half of those sales, if not more of those sales, is going to the brakes in my car. So in terms of getting, sort of making a dent in debt and getting ahead of the game, and it gets frustrating. And that's not just for artists, but still, trying to keep your head above water as a full-time artist is definitely a challenge. Some positive things that happened. So anyway, those are my -3s, but I've had a lot of positives this week, and I try and keep it positive because it's pretty easy to get down. So Kim Wilkie-Visson came for a visit this week, and she's busy getting ready for a show as well, new mixed media stitched painted works. And so she came and hung out with me for the day on Tuesday, which was lovely. And I was working on my Treed series, and she was working on her pieces as well in the studio. So we had a nice lunch and hung out. Nice mental break to all the anxiety I was feeling. On Wednesday, I attended a fantastic talk by Roger Brooks. And Roger Brooks is a consultant that helps cities of different sizes turn their downtowns around. And basically, he made 40 recommendations for Barrie. 10 of those he presented that night. Some major ones, and they were just really, really exciting. So what was really exciting and reaffirming is that myself and everybody else on Lakeshore News, as well as the places that we tend to hang out, are already doing what he wants the city to do on a larger scale. So anyway, it really made sense. It was exciting to know that somebody so intelligent and highly researched was making these recommendations, and that hopefully our city and our councils will embrace these recommendations as a checklist, and that each individual landlord and small business person will ultimately embrace them as well, which will lend to all of our successes. So it was excellent, and I believe that if you're interested in sort of all that urban planning and design and economic development stuff, you can actually follow Roger Brooks on Twitter, and so I think I'm going to do that because I really, what he said really resonated with me. Let's see, today, was there any good news yesterday? Oh yeah, good news yesterday was that I was accepted onto the Queen Street West Art Crawl. So that's September 17th, 18th, that's my birthday, yay! So anyway, it was just like, okay, here's an excellent opportunity for me to get exposure down in the Toronto market, and maybe even meet a few dealers. There's tons of galleries down there, so you know, right after my show for Double Doors Gallery, I'm going to be sort of pumping out sort of highly polished, sort of industrial pieces, obviously within the theme of suburbia and rural/urban landscape geography, but just trying to get some slick pieces together to take down there of all sizes. So hopefully, you know, I'll have a consistent body of work and they'll relate to them. So anyway, that was good news yesterday. Today I have a video follow-up session with Blair Armstrong of Live Vibe Video Productions, and basically we're just trying to do sort of a 5-minute interview that will end my art battle video, and he's basically got that all edited and ready to go with music, and you know, I haven't seen it since he's finished that part, but this interview will just say what's happened to me since the art battle. And so I'll just mention one thing to you, because this is happening next week. So because of Art Battle, I was invited to be one of the painting artists at the Aurora Cultural Center for their Art After Dark event. And it's a fantastic event where I think there's only 8 of us, maybe 9 of us, that will be painting off. We actually have a full hour to do the painting instead of 20 minutes, but it is a fundraiser for Art Cures, and what Art Cures does is bring art into children's hospitals. So anyway, that's a really exciting program to be involved with. So I paint next Thursday night, 16th, I think it starts at 8 o'clock. It's called Art After Dark, the Aurora Cultural Center. There's tons of other things going on that night, but I think the tickets are $35 and everything goes to the kids. So I don't know if I mentioned I had an interview with Carolyn Edlund. I think I did, so I won't really talk about that. Other good news that happened. So good news that happened today as well. I got another check from Museum London, so I'll go put that on my car bill right away. The sketchbook project. I'm about 4 pages in. I'm really enjoying it. You know, I was really motivated the first 4 days, but now as I'm getting ready for Treed, it's obviously not a priority, but I just try and make it a mental break in my day where I'm just writing and folding and stitching and collaging and you know, just fun, playful stuff. So that's cool. And for those still interested, there's tons of time to get involved with the sketchbook project. It's actually a world tour of sketchbooks. So that's about it. I actually got some more good news when I got back from Penticton. There's a local artist by the name of Dorianne, getting her last name in a moment, but she's willing to basically sit in my studio and make her jewelry. She's a silversmith while I'm away, whether it's delivering art or off in Penticton painting with wine, or just Sundays and Mondays when I'm not at the studio. So I'm hoping that my studio/gallery is going to be open pretty much every day now, and so I appreciate that, because next week when I deliver my Treed show, I'll actually be away for Friday and Saturday, which is typically my normal hours. So anyway, that was great. Okay, have a good week, everybody. Please subscribe if you have any questions, or forward my video. Yeah, so that's it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.